friends. Hello, welcome to Wednesdays with Whitney. I'm Whitney, and today I'm here with Kim Wall.
Hi, everyone.
Yay! Kim is president and co-founder of dsmHack, a local nonprofit, and she is also a tech account manager for a software company. So she is here today to talk to us about the upcoming dsmHack hackathon.
Yes,
That's
correct.
There's so many letters.
So
going
many
on there.
words, so many things. Exactly.
So Kim, you have been involved in tech since you were a wee lass.
Yes.
How did this happen? How did you get into this arena?
Sure. Well, actually, I have to thank my dad. He was always into technology, and he had some of the new and fun stuff of the day, a Tandy Radio Shack computer.
Say, what is new and fun of the day?
You could run it with a cassette tape and play Cookie Monster's Word Munch, and sort of I evolved from there into writing my own programs where I did flashcards for math and that kind of thing.
You wrote those?
I did.
At like what age?
I did. I actually learned how to do it at age 8 in a 321 Contact magazine. So if you've ever doubted the power of like science magazines in the hands of your children, don't ever doubt them again.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so it just sort of went on from there. I figured out that I really liked being able to make things and see how things happened.
Yeah.
And from there, it sort of progressed into seeing just how impactful doing those sorts of things can be for the people that you're helping or the people you're working with.
Absolutely. So I think it's just amazing. Like while I was totally a nerd reading books, like
I did that too.
You were a nerd like making things happen digitally. Like
Yeah.
I think that's just the foundation of, because I just don't hear about a lot of women in
Sure.
tech. Like it's
Sure.
just like when you told me like I'm a tech account manager, I was like, what? I don't even know.
That?
What do you do?
Yeah.
So I just think it's great what you're doing in the community. And how did dsmHack come to be? First of all, what is it?
So first of all, what dsmHack is, for those of you that are not familiar with what a hackathon is, generally speaking, it's a bunch of people that are getting together with focused energy and time for about 48 hours, solving problems, writing new applications, developing something innovative, solving problems probably for a company, maybe even a competition to win a job or win a big paycheck, that kind of thing.
That is so cool.
So we've kind of turned it on its head, and we've made it with a charity focus. And so we have volunteers from all of the tech companies in Des Moines, about 100 volunteers.
Insane.
I know,
so awesome.
right? And these are people with very expensive talents
Yes.
that are giving of their time and talent for nonprofits that have technical problems to solve or have something that technology could help improve for their business.
So things like efficiency,
Right, exactly.
Back-end
systems. So we've done database work, we've helped streamline paper processes, we've done websites, we've done everything from a digital brain to email management. I mean, it's not always the sexiest projects that are the most beneficial for organizations. Sometimes it's really saying, okay, well, what do I spend a lot of time on behind the scenes that is taking away from my ability to do what I really want to do, which is the mission of my organization, and how can I streamline that? And so we help with that.
And that's amazing. I think I am not a nonprofit, but as a small business, anytime I am able to increase my efficiency, and that's usually through technology, I become more profitable, and I also get to impact more people.
Right.
So those back-end things that we don't think about, but they're the everyday annoyances. They're what hold us back. Without us, they're the things that rub against us. And if those things can get taken care of with technology and efficiency-based solutions, I mean, like, imagine how many more people these nonprofits can affect.
And it's the first thing that gets cut, though. If you think about it, you know, as you're a nonprofit, you're a business, so you've got your own margins and you have to work to your own budget and everything too. When you think about a nonprofit, the budgets are even smaller. And you're always looking, how can I spend every single penny that I have to help the people that I'm trying to help or to benefit the community that I'm trying to benefit. And so those projects that are like, well, it might help, but it's going to cost me $50,000 and I can't do that because that's money away from my clients. It's a very hard decision to make, and so we want to like reduce that barrier. We don't want technology to be a barrier to doing good, and so we're hoping to alleviate that.
And I love, can you state your, I'm putting you on the spot, can you state your mission, because I love it.
Our vision is actually the more powerful.
Okay, tell us.
So our vision is, we envision a community where technology is never a barrier to doing good. And it really, it speaks just volumes in a very short period of time, because like you said, so many times technology is in the way or could remove obstacles, but we just can't afford it often. So
and it's a huge upfront cost
Yeah.
Like the amount of money it takes for developers for that time, because they're doing intensely intricate work. And to say, okay, I'm going to spend $50,000 on a piece of tech that will change our company's trajectory for years.
Yeah.
But to come up with that money away, I think about this on a very small scale as a business owner. Every time I invest in something big up front, whether it be a new employee,
there's always a bit of pain there,
or a new camera, and I'm just like, oh my God, like you have to take a deep breath. But I can do that because I don't have a board of directors. It's just me. And it's just my small little microcosm. I'm not going to affect, the whole wide world out there. Whereas nonprofit executive directors are thinking about, okay, am I spending my money wisely, and where can I get the most bang for my buck?
Yep, I have to be accountable for every penny that I spend.
Every single dollar, because it's all being looked at.
Right, and it's interesting because we've been doing this for 4 years. This will be our 5th year doing this hackathon, and over those 4 years, we've helped 40 nonprofits. We've had over 300 volunteers that work in tech that have given about $650,000 in in-kind services to these nonprofits. And if you think about it, like these are not all big nonprofits. Some of these nonprofits are one person that works from their house. They have no tech budget. And so really leaning into the skills-based volunteering and the altruistic nature of our tech professionals in this community wanting to make Des Moines shine as brightly as they can. It gives me chills every time I think about it.
So let's take a step back. How did this all start?
Yeah, so previously I worked at Principal Financial Group, and there was a small group of us that we were the change-engineers in the organization.
I love that title.
I know. And so we were kind of introducing new and fun ways to increase innovation and engagement. And we started an internal hackathon where we took people away from their daily jobs and gave them focused time to just be innovative and try something new.
And how much fun.
And they loved it. They loved it. And so in that case, we were solving problems for the business, or we were addressing internal needs. Now we took it and we said, there's a lot of energy here and people are interested in doing this in other ways. Yeah. So what could we do, right? And so we thought about, well, we could do this, maybe we could do a citywide one. And we said, well, what would that be? And so we said, well, maybe we help charities. And so
it sounds like a very Des Moines thing. In
really
Des Moines, you're like, what can we do? Like, how can we make change?
Yeah.
And I truly think that that's the special thing about Des Moines, is that we think first about how we can give back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
I agree. It's just the community that fosters that.
It is. And when you start to think about it, we have a lot of these companies in town, and this event is literally impossible without the sponsorship of a lot of these organizations in Des Moines, but also the time that our tech pros are donating to do this. And if you think about it, a lot of these companies are giving volunteer time off to their employees. Yeah. But maybe there isn't something that speaks to them. Like maybe they want to clean up a park, or they don't want to, do whatever is part of the day of giving back. Yeah. This is a way to say, okay, well, you've got skills that are expensive.
Yes.
Let's do some skills-based volunteering where not only can you help a nonprofit that can't afford you, period, but also you build a network, you learn new skills, and you form these connections with nonprofits in the community that end up being lifelong. Yeah. And it really is just such a beautiful thing. You're building something new, you're learning something new, you're giving back, and you're building up the community as a whole.
And I love that whole premise. That's one of the things that I knew right when I started my business I was going to incorporate, because when you start a business, there's not a whole lot left at that bottom line, which is your take-home pay. So I wanted to find a way to give back.
Yep.
But there was no money to give back. And I was like, well, wait a second. I can give back. I have a skill that people pay for.
Right.
And so I encourage everybody in the small business, or just if you have a skill and you want to give back, give that skill. Find a way to incorporate that skill into the world other than the way that people pay for it.
Right. And in an unexpected way.
Exactly.
I mean, it's super rewarding too, when you think about it, to step out of your daily grind where maybe you're working for a large organization and you don't meet the customers that you're helping face to face, and now you're coming to this event where you're probably hugging the person you're helping and you see the downstream effects, and it is so powerful to see what you can do.
I love that. Tell me about some of the projects that dsmHack has completed.
Ooh, Lots. Like I mentioned, we've helped about 40 nonprofits over the last 4 years, so we've done a ton of work in the community. We've done everything from the shopping portal for Iowa Public Radio.
Oh, cool.
We created a digital brain for On With Life.
What does that mean? I didn't
So the digital brain is one of the sexier projects. Now, not all projects have to be sexy, but it's a 3D digital brain that you can spin around. You can click on parts to tell you, what happens when a part of the brain is injured, and helps families understand what to expect, behavioral changes, and that sort of thing. So it's used to help family members of people that have traumatic brain injuries, and the people that have the injuries themselves, as well as the staff at that organization. So we've done that super sexy one.
Yeah.
We've
sexy tech.
Right.
Have those two words ever gone together?
Absolutely, sexy tech. And then everything in between. So databases, email management, web pages, just everything you can think of. We love seeing a variety of projects, because we don't want everything to be a web page. We don't want everything to be a database. So we try to have a variety. You probably have
different developers that want to stretch different skills.
Exactly.
Do the nonprofits need to come to you with an idea?
Yes.
Like, are they like, I need this, and then do you help refine that idea to its best execution? How does that go?
Yes. So timing is fantastic for this Wednesdays with Whitney, because applications are open for this year's hackathon through March 6th. So not much time left.
Okay. So if you're a nonprofit
there, apply. Hit us up with questions, but basically anything that you can think of that is a problem tech can solve for your organization, or something new that could benefit your organization, think about what that could be. We're taking applications at dsmHack.org, and we're taking them through the 6th. And as far as your question about refinement, we do. Often the projects come in and there's some questions maybe we need to ask to get a little bit more detail or have a little bit more information. Okay. We do some of that ahead of the game. Okay. And then during the hackathon, the teams work very closely with the nonprofits. The nonprofits are present, they're with the teams, and it's all refined.
So it's just a back and forth, constant question and answer.
It is a deep collaboration.
So do people sleep during this?
Yes.
Really?
Well,
I thought people wouldn't sleep.
They sleep or they sleep there. We highly caffeinate.
I have a cot. I do.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to have, but I have a cot if you need it.
Yeah, we've had people sleep at the event. What happens is sometimes, so it's 48 hours, it's literally 48 hours, and people will go home and work online together and deal with, kids at home or family meals or whatever, and then come back first thing in the morning.
Life.
Yep, the event is March 22nd through the 24th, so it's a Thursday through a Saturday. Okay. And applications are due March 6th, and unfortunately, Tech Pros, we sold out, fortunately, we sold out in under 48 hours of those tech volunteer spaces, and we have a wait list, so get on it if you're interested.
That's
we always
amazing.
have something come up where people can't come.
Yeah.
But every year we have people that tell us, it's like Justin Timberlake tickets, basically. They go on sale at 10 a.m. on January 22nd, and they go like fire.
I love, that's probably my favorite thing that you've said so far, is that these professionals who get paid every day to do their job are like, okay, not only do I do this every day for work, I am going to jump at the chance to do this for free for an entire weekend.
And by the way, the nonprofits get the help for free. The tech volunteers pay to volunteer. Which is the weirdest. I know, it's the weirdest thing. They pay $20 just so there's a little bit of skin in the game. You get an awesome t-shirt and some beer and some food and that kind of thing. But it's really just to make sure that those tech professionals remember that they volunteered and they show up. The rest of it is, again, covered by wonderful sponsorship throughout the community.
We have a question from Neil. How can someone volunteer their time for such a hackathon? So I think we just covered that, but emailing the site?
Yeah, so Neil, we'd love to have you help. This year, if you're wanting to be a tech professional volunteer, you'd have to go and get on our wait list, which you can find through dsmhack.org. Otherwise, feel free to email us at info@dsmhack.org. We may have some need for volunteers during the event, and if anything else, we may have workshops throughout the year that are not the hackathon that we could use some help with as well. So we would love to build up our pool of volunteers in the community. We've got such a wonderful bunch of people here. So
I agree completely, and you're absolutely one of them. I love this whole project, and thank you so much for coming on. If you're a nonprofit out there, get your submission in, because I can't. I wish I could change my status, because then I would just jump at this opportunity. This is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you letting me tell folks about it, because the more we can get the word out to those nonprofits that we're here to help, the better.
Yeah. Well, Well, awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye, everyone.